Hello peeps, I've just done the headstock bearings, rather clumsily I might add. I'm now going to grease all the joints on the rear suspension. I'll make sure I get the wheel just touching the ground. There's a little dimple in the end of every bolt, so you can stick a punch in with a point. I've already loosened this one off, but if it's really tough to get out, I'm sure you've got plenty of WD-40. I don't really know what the unit is like, whether it's got needle rollers in there or rubber bushes, I don't know. So I'm going to have the whole thing out and see how I get on with it. Yep, let's go. It's a bit easier to get you can just about get a socket on there. There's a little recess in there to get the socket on, but we've started it now. Yep. There we get on. Oh, nice. Too easy. It needs a bit of a clean up and then greased. You can see some slight wear marks where the load is, but other than that, it came out really easy. So the two bigger bearings, they're fine. I've slipped those out and greased them. The needle rollers are good. Yep, what he really means is he forgot to turn the camera on, but they were good. Bit of extra grease, put them back together. But the little bearing on the bottom of the shock, just at the point of starting to seize up, so I'll clean it right up. I've tapped out the seals. The seals could do with a little bit of, they could do with coming apart and putting a bit of grease in there to stop any shit getting in. But we'll slowly put that all back together and hopefully we'll get a lot more life out the bottom of the shock bearing. I think I'm just a bit lucky. I've got this just before it's completely seized. So pack it with grease in it and put some grease on the seals and it'll go again. Brake and clutch cleaner, WD-40, and now all the rust is out of it. So probably the issue is probably not enough grease on the seals to stop the elements from getting in there. But what we'll do, we'll put some grease in on this bearing. They're actually moving quite nicely. There's no notchiness about them, just that they were pretty much seized. So a lot of movement, and keep putting the brake and clutch cleaner on, getting all the rust out, and she'll go again. It's a little bit one-sided, it's a little bit off-centre now, so I'll square that back up using the vise as a press, and I'll eye it in and then finish it off with the vernier, the very near. A little bit more that way. Right. 3.9. 4.2. Just a tiny bit that way. Yep, That's pretty damn good. We just need to get enough in there then. So I'll just put some on the seals as well, because that's probably the cause of it all. That is moving nicely now. So let's put the inner bearing in. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, would not move when I first took it out. That is awesome. Excellent. Different type of grease, but that's fine. Here we go. That's one. I'll press them in. And the other one, give it a bit of a clean up. Plenty of grease. I can press them back together firmly in the vise. Yeah! That's that rebuilt. That's the suspension linkage. Bearings all inspected and greased and put back in. You don't need to see me putting it all back. This bearing was good. And I haven't ruled out getting a lowering link. You can get one with grease nipples in. So the bearing at the top of the shop is also good. I've not done the swinging arm bearing yet. I might look into that a bit more before I do that. But my main task was to check the suspension linkage, because I've seen lots of problems with this one especially, the shock. Anyway, useful tips or utter bollocks, you decide.